Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's John Coffey and I am the Unpaved Explorer. Today is Sunday, March 8th, 2020. It's about 12 o'clock p.m., noon, and the temperature is about 52 degrees. Where's the Unpaved Explorer today and where are we going? So, the Unpaved Explorer is at Brecksville Reservation, which is part of the Cleveland Metroparks System, located in Brecksville, Ohio. And where I'm taking you today is a place that's not that well known. Not too many people know about it. And what it is Brecksville Reservation has backpacking overnight campsites. So I'm going to go ahead and take you there and tell you a little bit about them. So let's go on this exploration. So here's the post and the sign. This is the bridle trail, and the blue markers are for the Buckeye Trail. So I am not taking the trail. I'm going to do a little bit of a road hike here, and I am actually going the back way to the campsites. So the back way to the campsites, not too many people know about that either. And so, one moment please. I see some hikers here. I'm going to talk to them. So I just came across 3 people. They were doing a hike here, and just talked to them real quickly. Told them I had a channel, and I gave them my channel cards. And so hopefully they'll check it out. And so right now what I'm doing is taking the back way to the campsites. I'm not sure when the campsites are open for the season, because they're seasonal. I think they open up sometime this month, or maybe they are open and available. So here in the Brecksville Reservation, which is part of the Metroparks System, you got to follow all the rules and regulations. And what you'll have to do is just go to the Cleveland Metroparks website, click on Brecksville Reservation, and find out what the rules and regulations are. This is part of the Metroparks System, so you will have to follow the rules and regulations. But one of the things you can't do is do a number 1 or a number 2 here on the trail. What they do, especially at the campsite sites, they located those campsites close to the restroom facilities. And so the restroom facilities are a quarter mile, 0.25 from the campsites. So we're coming up on Ottawa Point Reserved picnic area, and that's a really nice place, nice pavilion. So There's the sign, Cleveland Metroparks, Ottawa Point Reserve Picnic Area, Brecksville Reservation. So here's the gate to the picnic area. So, for the reservation permits, you got to get a permit. So here's the sign, and I'll read it to you. It says, "Welcome to Cleveland Metroparks Reserve Site. Permit required." So it looks like the permits are offered between May and October. It says then you call the Metropark Ranger Station for emergencies, and then you call the visitor services for any non-emergencies and reservation information. So I'll get a close-up for you for the contact information. There you go. Though you got the gate and it's closed, the gate is just to keep the cars out. You are allowed to hike and backpack in this area, and so some of the trail crosses into the bridle trail, so you'll catch the bridle trail, you'll catch the hikers trail, the bikers trail, and the Buckeye Trail. So right now we're taking the roadway to the picnic area. So I stopped on the roadway here, the driveway to the picnic area, and I just wanted to show you how beautiful this place is. So what I'll do is I'll do a 360 here, nice and slow for you. This place is nice. I come here quite often. So I am approaching the parking area for the picnic center, and the picnic center is really nice. And this is the restroom facilities that you would use if you are doing an overnight at the camping sites. And so we had some rain and snow Friday, and so it's a little wet out, but most of the snow's melting. There's the restroom facilities. Both sides, you got men, women, and handicap. They do provide water. So it's Ottawa Point Backpacker Site water source. So you really don't have to pack in water to the sites, but you probably should bring some containers so you could fill up and take to your sites. But just remember, there's a place where you put your trash, and you got your garbage cans. This is the pavilion, pretty nice pavilion. They got a grill here. And it says no wood fires allowed, charcoal only. So some places in the metro parks, and I know this because I have talked, and so okay, here they got a fireplace here for wood. So some places in the metro parks, they do allow you to burn charcoal or burn wood in the grills. So here's a little fire pit. They got a picnic table here and some seating. So they got your cornhole. Their cornhole is concrete cornhole. Firewood's there. So here's a view. They got benches, swing sets, your water. I don't know if they turned the water on yet. Still got the cough lingering. Don't know when I'll be able to shake that. The water's turned off right now. So they haven't activated the water. They'll probably do that when they allow the permit starting in May. I'm actually going to take a drink of water. I did bring a bottle of water, so. I actually have not stayed overnight at the campsites. I've been to them on a hike, but I personally have not stayed there. There's reasons why I have not. I do not know if there is. Oh, we got a hiker here. So this is the trail. It's a little muddy. This is also the Buckeye Trail. I just talked to the hiker and gave him my card so he could check out my channel. So it looks like we got some more hikers. Let me turn off the camera. So I saw two more hikers walking their dog, and I try not to get hikers on video without their permission. Sometimes it can't be helped. And so but the trail's nice. It's well maintained, but it's a little wet due to the recent rain and snowfall. So I made it to the Ottawa Overlook Backcountry sites. So this is the backpacking camping sites. So, and here it has the rules and regulations. I'll read them off to you. Sites are hike-in only. Maximum stay 1 night. Maximum capacity at each site is 4 individuals and 2 tents. Tents may stay within the designated tent areas. Use of hammocks and clotheslines allowed, provided they do not damage the trees. Preserve the area. No tree shall be trimmed or removed. Dogs and cats allowed on leash with proper cleanup after them. Must not be left unattended. Quiet hours are 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. No loud noise, talking, music, etc. Trail use and entrance in and out of the parks is limited to park hours between 6 a.m. and 11 p.m. Campsite check-in is 3 p.m. Campsite checkout is 12 p.m. No alcohol, no fires permitted. Trash shall be packed out. You must use latrines provided at Ottawa Point Picnic Area. Drinking water is available at Ottawa Point Picnic Area. Sites are hike-in only. Vehicles must be registered under the free permit. And then you just call the reservation line and they provide you the emergency line and the non-emergency line. So there's 3 campsites. They got a food storage site, and I'll show you that. It's a bear pole with bear hangers. And then they got a community kitchen site. So at these campsites, they don't allow campfires. You can't keep your food at your campsite. And they have a community kitchen. You can't cook your food at your campsite. And so I'll take you to each and every one of these sites. So I know 2 of these sites are not non-elevated, where you're on the ground. And then there is one campsite which is on planks. It's a raised campsite, so a raised platform. And I believe that overlooks the ravine. We'll take a look at that. So we're following the trail. Now, here's the trail. Here's the sign. Buckeye Trail Toilet Water Size, 0.21 miles to Ottawa Point Picnic Area. So if you go to the left, you have tent site number 1, which we'll check out here shortly. If you go to the right, you got the kitchen area, tent site number 2, tent site number 3. And so now this is the bear bag system. It's just a steel post, goes up probably about 10 feet. You got your hooks there, and you use this rod. It's got a chain to put your food, your bear bags, and you hang it. And here's a sign for the bear bag hanger, and I'll read it to you. Backpacking food storage etiquette. Animals are attracted to food smells left in tents and backpacks. Here's how to avoid unwanted animal encounters in your campsite. Clean up your trash and leftovers from kitchen area. Remove food, soap, sunscreens, or smelly items from your packs and tent. Hang food, trash, toiletries, utensils, and cooking supplies, and waterproof stuff sacks. Feeding wildlife is prohibited. Food storage instructions. Hang food, trash, toiletries, utensils, and cooking supplies in waterproof stuff sacks using the attached pole. Stuff sacks should hang close to the hooks, minimizing items that dangle. Multiple stuff sacks may hang on one hook. And so we're going to go ahead and visit campsite 1. So here's campsite 1. And they bordered it off. Looks like they must have had a recent blowdown because there's a tree in the middle of the site. And so this campsite's not really flat. You're at an angle, and you basically got a ground view of the ravine. So the Metroparks rangers and they're really good at getting sites ready. So I'm sure just before they start taking permits, they'll clean up this area and get all the sites all tidied up nice and neat. And so we're gonna go walk back towards the bear bag system. Actually, we won't do that. We'll go. They actually have a path from campsite 1 directly to the community kitchen cooking area. So this is the general camping cook site area. I'll show you the signs. See, they got a sign here. Tent site to number 1. Food storage area, Buckeye Trail, toilet, and water source. There's your bench seating, table, another table, bench seating. So this is your community cooking area. And so now we'll move on to, here's tent site number 2 and tent site number 3. So we'll walk this. They got trails. This trail leads to both. And so here's a sign. Kitchen area, food storage, Buckeye Trail, toilet, water source. Tent site 2 is to the left. Tent site 3 is to the right. So here's tent site 2. Tent site 2. Here's the tent site. Oh, excuse me. I do apologize. They allow 2 tents and 4 people per site. This too has a slight little lean towards the ravine. The Metroparks system doesn't have too many places where you could do overnight camping. So not too many people know about this. It was on the news for a little while when they first started doing it. And so at Ottawa Point picnic area, that's where a lot of the Boy Scouts meet up and have some meetings and stuff like that. So we're heading now to campsite 3. Now this one is the raised platform, and this actually gives you a pretty good view of the valley here. So I'm not packing much gear. I basically got my EDC, my everyday carry pack, and some water, and that's about it. My hat and gloves too. So here's campsite 3. They call it the Perch, and the reason why, because it's a raised platform. And so this is the view you get from the Perch. Not bad. And so let's make it back to the community cooking area. Haven't seen much wildlife. I hear birds, seen a few birds. I haven't seen any squirrels, no chipmunks, nothing. Saw some people, saw some dogs. They got streams that run down through the ravine. All right, we're back at the community cooking area. Well, this finishes up the hike to the Ottawa Point backpacking campsites here at the Brecksville Reservation in Brecksville, Ohio, which is part of the Cleveland Metroparks System. It's a nice place. They got 3 campsites. You're allowed 2 tents and 4 people at each campsite. They got a place to hang your food, your toiletries, and they got a general cooking and kitchen area. So some of the basic rules that you gotta follow is you definitely gotta follow the leave no trace policy. There's no food at the campsites, no alcohol and drinking at the campsites, no campfires at the campsites. Quiet time starts, I think it was, well, I don't remember, 10 or 11. And so it's a nice place. You can't do number 1 or number 2 in the woods. You have to use their latrine, which is located at Ottawa Point picnic area. They do have water, but it's not on yet. It'll probably be on when they start issuing permits. So they have parking permits that you gotta get, and those are free. You actually park at the, I believe it's the Brecksville Nature Center, and then you hike in to these campsites. It's about 6-7 miles. I'm not exactly sure. You'll have to check the map. And so and you have to get a permit. They issue a permit for each campsite, and the permit is only good for 1 night. And so, well, I hope you liked this video. If you liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any comments or any questions, please place the questions and comments in the comment section. Remember, all comments are welcome. And if you are a subscriber and you want to do a meetup, please send me an email. I'll be glad to meet up with you if you're within 4 hours of Cleveland, Ohio. If you're outside of 4 hours, we could have a meeting place in which we can meet. And so I look forward to hearing from subscribers and meeting the subscribers by doing these meetups. Also in the future, be looking for campfire cooking videos and shout out videos. And so, again, my name is John Coffey, and I am the Unpaved Explorer. And I'm out of here. All right. You take care and keep exploring the outdoors. Bye now.